as well.
with the Grand Coalition government, we had even a Ministry for National Cohesion. In the National Assembly, we even have a committee on national cohesion led by my friend Joseph Sakaja.
Yeah.
But then we have not put meat into it. We have not gone ahead to ensure that, yes, how can we do social engineering to the children? How do we encourage intermarriages of tribes, for example? How do we, that is where we are not doing it. And also, Yvonne, I must also insist, we are also not deterring those who are taking advantage, okay? Those who are taking advantage to create disaffection as to create political capital. Because that is the other thing that people don't talk about.
Right,
yes.
Okay. Patrick?
Well, I think if you want to fix this, the first thing is to acknowledge what you've got wrong, what the problem is.
Do you think we're doing that?
The problem is not that we have 42 tribes. That is not the problem. Indonesia has thousands of them. It's not the issue. The issue we have, and what is being masked by the discussion of tribe, is the fact of elite capture and the fact that the state is being utilized by a few people.
So are we being honest with ourselves?
So we are not honest because we keep hiding from it. Now, if we recognize what the problem is, then we can start asking good questions about how we fix it. The other thing is, when we speak of going our separate ways, I'm not sure who this we, our ways is, who is that we're talking about. There's one thing I'd like to point about devolution. And one of the criticisms I have of it is that we have devolved the state, but we have devolved the state as it is. The state still occupies a huge portion, in people's lives. We're not really encouraging guys to get on with their business. They're saying the state will do it for you. We have devolved government, not devolved power. And we need to go back and ask, this government we have devolved, that's why you're hearing in counties, they're doing the very same things in terms of corruption, etc., nepotism, that was happening at the national government. So we need to fix that. We need to look at the design of the state. Now, the new constitution was supposed to help us do this, but the new constitution is not being implemented, it's being ignored, in many of its clauses. Look at chapter 6, good example. Your boss keeps ignoring the constitution, keeps putting out directives, that are contrary to what the document itself says. So does Kaiseri. It's not changing. Just the fact of having a constitution doesn't equal reform. The constitution has to be implemented.
And it has to be respected in the rule of law? Okay. All right, so that's where we begin. Dennis, your final thoughts, and of course the question, and I know you've said this on Twitter before and you've clarified it, but then you can do it here again. Everybody seems to think you were behind the arrest Ndii hashtag. Do you want to clarify that, even as you give us your closing statements?
I get blamed for a lot of things on social media. Some of them I don't even bother react to. I suddenly have a staff of 36 who are at my command, and then it looks like I'm a commander with an army unit in social media.
Are you?
I don't have those guys even. I should invite you to my office. I don't have 36 people behind me. I don't have, and I've constantly said, if I really wanted to hire bloggers, I would not hire bloggers less than the number of our counties. Surely, you should give some credit. Two, there's a whole thing about how we resolve this. First, let's allow debate, and that is where that hashtag comes from. I'll be very disappointed if Ndii is arrested because of what he expressed on an opinion piece. My background as journalism shows me and tells me, and I sat in classes to be told that, and we were told opinion pieces are just that, opinions. Let people express their opinions. The best way to counter opinions is to counter them on the same space where they are. And any credible editor, worth their salt, with a well-written article will give you same space and same prominence to react to such an article. Honorable Mutava Musemi did today.
Yes.
You may disagree with Mutava Musemi, but at least he responded to it on the same column. I think we have a form of political laziness that only allows you to react through a statement when you're taking your drink, as opposed to doing the real hard work of research. By the way, if you research Ndii, you will get a lot of contradictions about his current article that would help you even respond to him using his own words.
Okay.
Now,
the solutions. Way forward. Yes.
We need to appreciate that the state has also done programs and implemented issues that traverse across the nation, and those things coalesce people together and equalize those people together. The hiring of teachers, the hiring of police. You've seen this in Pablo when they stopped the 10,000 and the people moved to court. How you respond to issues when they happen, like when the PSC reports, when they are done. The institutions have gone and put their claws across the 47 counties, across every household, to have the same result. So that when you're rectifying schools, you're not rectifying 50 bulbs in Kericho and 78 bulbs in Wajir. It's the same thing. When you do water supply, when the dams have been done, if you look at the distribution of the 8 dams that have been done, it is in different locational places. When you do geothermal, you're not producing geothermal for the Kikuyu or the Kalenjin nation. It may come from the Kalenjin nation by the Kikuyu nation, by the valley that's placed in Baringo and Naivasha, but the power goes to different people. So let's have the debate. It's healthy, but also let's also have the debate based on also that the nation, the state, is not averse to the issues of developing the nation equally. In fact, the president just launched the Equalization Fund, another major brilliant discovery that's enshrined in our constitution, and it's going to help the residents of those places which are marginalized.
Okay.
I think, Yvonne, there is something I need to say. Yeah, just 1 minute. Number one is that the political leadership needs to win the hearts of the people, not just projects.
And this one, do you think it has?
That one they need to do. Number two,
yes, no.
We should also see, because we devolved government, but we did not devolve the nation. That is something we need to answer as a country, because devolution is failing because there is no nationalism around devolution. Number three is the question of whether people can actually really have a chance of capturing the state genuinely in a free and fair election. IBCs, the Supreme Court, ESCC and other organs need to answer that question.
Okay, all right.
And for Gathara, I need to tell Gathara, if there are clauses of the Constitution which have been violated, as a credible citizen, who by the way I respect, he should be able to move to court. That is the essence of our Constitution.
Come on.
And by the way, he has not even filed a single constitutional case that argues that.
It cannot be that the only option open to citizens is to go to court. Just the fact that they raise the issue, is something
Should
that
be
is important.
That's
and that's what I'm saying. When we point it out and we tell the president, look, you gave a directive on alcohol that was illegal. You gave a directive on hiring police that was illegal. He doesn't need us to go to court
so that
like
Chapati Forum.
He changes.
But Mheshimiwa, we have collected electricity in every place. I don't have to win the heart of people who have collected. It's you as a Mheshimiwa to then be able to
talk about this after this.
Mheshimiwa needs to go down and show how the electricity can be connected to a kinyozi and a barber shop to be able to do this.
Services win the hearts of the people,
Gentlemen,
connect with them.
But a person who is vying for MP, he should be able to win those hearts and take advantage of those national projects.
We wound this up on a rather very good note, and then it all degenerated, but thank you very much. Dennis Itumbi, Patrick Gathara, and Honorable Isaac Mwaura, thanks for your thoughts. I just want to give you the results of the Twitter poll. We asked you whether Dennis Ndii should be arrested. Yes, because he's dividing Kenyans. No, because he spoke the truth. Or not sure. These are the results of our Twitter poll tonight. 19% say yes, he is dividing Kenya. 68% say no, he spoke the truth. 13% say they're not sure. So lots of work perhaps in winning the hearts and minds. Thank you, gentlemen, for coming. That is Checkpoint. We'll be taking a look at your views in just a moment.